So Square Enix failed to listen to the doctor, but Crystal Dynamics did.
What it do, bruh? Talk of the town, Nintendo, Doc Trey still holding it down, still make the best games, and you know this, bro. It's the truth. You don't like it, you can have that seatbelt.
So today, Crystal Dynamics out of nowhere just shadow dropped Tomb Raider Definitive Edition on both Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2. The game was shadow dropped and available on eShop at a discount price, and apparently at an even bigger discount price if you bought some of the remastered older Tomb Raider games on eShop. And seemingly out of nowhere, especially when it comes to a Nintendo Switch 1 port. Now, what I will say about this game, I owned this game in the past on the PS3, and I think this was also available for free on PSN before in the past, I believe. So I probably have it on PS5 also. Now, if you've never played this game is actually pretty incredible. It was really good. So if you've never played this game before, I highly recommend it. It's a very good game, and there's not many games on Nintendo systems that are quite like this game. So it's a very good game. Now, this game was shadow dropped on Switch 1 and Switch 2. A lot of influencers, I guess, or known Twitter accounts and websites had a bunch of review codes to go out, or free codes, giveaways to go out that you can win. But anyway, the game is competitively priced anyway. But what's kind of odd about this game is that for whatever reason, this game, even though it's called the definitive version, it doesn't seem to be based off of the definitive version of the game. So, this game was originally a game that came out for the PS3 and the Xbox 360, and then later a definitive version came out for PlayStation 4. Now, this game has that same title, Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. But if we actually compare how this game looks running on PlayStation 4, which actually it's technically cheating because this is the PlayStation 4 version running in backwards compatibility mode on a PlayStation 5 Pro. But that does not change the texture quality or any of that. So if we actually look at this comparison here that was posted earlier today by Saiku1, who I told you guys in the past, this person uploads some of the best comparison videos and does it really fast. It's usually the first person usually to upload these. So make sure you check out this video. So it's Tomb Raider Definitive Edition Switch 2 versus the PlayStation 5 Pro, which is the PS4 version, backwards compatibility. So while the Switch 2 version actually does look good on its own, because honestly the game graphically it still holds up pretty well considering how old the game is, it doesn't quite look as good as the PlayStation 4 version. And you might not notice that at quick glance, because and if you even what you watch this video, through some of the comparisons, it actually looks almost identical. Like it looks almost the same in a lot of comparisons, but there's obviously some issues, or I'm saying some details that were not ported over in the Switch 2 version, and it looks like maybe this Switch 2 version was actually ported from either the PS3 version or maybe even the PC version, because the definitive edition was exclusive to the PlayStation 4. Now, if you look at it here, this comparison, you can see that immediately you should notice a difference in the hair, because the definitive edition had a specific enhanced feature for the hair called I think it was called tress effects or something, like tress hair effects, something like that. And none of the other versions had it but the PlayStation 4 version. And it appears that that continues even into 2025 because the Switch 2 version does not have that. So there's a clear difference between the hair and the way the hair animates. Yeah, it's not even close. But a lot of people might think that that's the only difference, but that's not the only difference. You also will see in the background, people like, oh, the backgrounds look clear on the Switch 2. No, they don't look clear on the Switch 2. The reason why they're not blurry is because it's missing the depth of field effect that the definitive version has. Now, granted, some people don't like depth of field, so they might prefer this look, but I'm pretty sure you can probably turn depth of field off in the PlayStation 4 version if you want. Who knows? But yeah, it doesn't look clear. It's just technically it's missing an effect. Here you can see that there's clearly even a pretty big difference in the character models. And it's not just different art choices. Like, this is a smaller polygon count. And it might not be immediately noticeable to some people, but it's there. For instance, here we have a direct comparison here between the faces, and while the model might look like it's the same or similar, it's really not. So the Switch 2 version is missing quite a bit of shadows here. I mean, if you don't notice this, you might need to get your glasses checked. They're making the same face, but the character model is clearly not the same. It's missing a lot of polygons in the face. It's also missing a ton of shadows. The hair is completely different. And if you don't care about that, but you think, oh, it's just the hair and the shadows, no, it's a lower polygon model too. I want you to look at her shoulder. Look at her left shoulder and look at the top of her shirt, the bands on the top of her shirt. On the Switch 2 version, it's literally just colored on her skin. It's two stripes colored on her shoulder. On the definitive version, like, you can see that it's actually clothing. So yeah, it's not the PS4 version. It's not the definitive version. Who knows if they will actually update this? I would hope they do, but seeing who the developer is, maybe not. But I would hope that they would update this on the Switch 2, seeing as how there is no upgrade path for the Switch 1 or to the Switch 2 version. So these are being charged as two separate versions. So they should treat them as such. Yeah, I mean, it's a higher resolution and higher frame rate than this game on Switch 1. It's at 4K or displayed at 4K anyway. 60 frames per second versus 30 frames per second on the original Switch. But if they were going to keep pretty much the graphics the same almost as the PS3 version, this should be running at 120 frames per second on Switch 2. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. You guys plan to pick this up? Did you already pick it up? It is a great game. Don't get me wrong. It is a great game. And if you don't have access to a PlayStation or something like that, by all means pick it up. But just know that this is not taking advantage of the Switch hardware by any means. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section.